shouldn't have left with nothing. He should have left with empty bags. If we're so conscious and we're so in support of our people and whatever. We're hypocrites, black-hearted hypocrites, that's what we are. And we don't want to accept it because nobody's going to tell us to our face. Well, I'm here to tell you out to your face that we're black-hearted hypocrites. And we need to stop the hypocrisy. Because we're only damaging ourselves. And the more we damage ourselves, is the more we destroy ourselves. Right? That's why vampires leech off of us. Because we're dead. Right? To get this information, majority of it is common sense. Majority of it is cellular memory. Because your cells have brains that hold more information than the brain in your head. But if you don't know how to invoke the spirit of your ancestors, then your cell memory is just a waste of memory space. Because you're not even accessing it. You're not even regurgitating those cells to vibrate or oscillate at a certain frequency so you can exude a certain energy that's going to allow things to come to you that you need. That's what people are talking about with the secret law of attraction and all that. Vibrating at a certain frequency so that anything you think, because the universe is always going to say yes to you. All you have to do is put it out there. And if you put don't out there, then that's what you're going to get.
I don't have them. I don't.
Sister, I'm sorry, did I answer your question, sister?
That's where the power is. The power is in the monetary system and what they're using to enslave us, right? And when it comes to rights, because we don't know our rights, because we don't know who we are, like you said, because we don't know what these terms mean, we don't know what the contracts are, we don't know what presentment is, we don't know about bonds, we don't know the government has bonds for each and every one of us, and all these different things. Because we don't understand that, we're always buying into the system constantly. And that's why they're able to keep us in there. That's why they're able to incarcerate us, because we don't know what our rights are.
Right.
And we don't know who we are.
Exactly.
If we knew who we are, we could take ourselves out of that system, and then they would have no jurisdiction over us at all.
Exactly. Freedom is mental, just like everything else.
So if one doesn't recognize or participate in the consciousness of the system, would they have their own mind state, would they be considered ignorant?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
like, okay, for example, people could say I'm a sellout because I work for the school board. I'm a hall monitor. Toronto Mission School Board. But I know that I'm not supposed to be teaching this information to nobody that's my age or older. This is for the unborn and, you know what I mean, little brother. This is not for us. It's always been for the unborn generations. We've gotten into the pattern that we think freedom's for us. Like we're gonna get free. Like we're not gonna get free. We're supposed to be doing that for 7, 8 generations for them to be free. We need to get off our high horse. I want to make sure. As far as people, everybody, because everybody's in slavery right now to these corporate governments. It's not just quote unquote black people. That's why people like
And the thing is, we are more in disarray and discontent connected with any other culture of
Well, why?
It doesn't matter why.
Yeah, it matters why.
No, what I mean is, first we have to realize that, we have other cultures that are doing it, and we're just talking about it. And then, when it comes time for us to unite and say, okay, look,
Do it.
we're just gonna have this event.
Same topic,
and the Caucasians
more
are gonna
events
be
and more
involved,
events and
or,
nothing
you know,
about
the
it.
Filipinos gonna be there, they say, oh, well, wait a minute, you can't separate, you being racist, you being separated, you being all this, and we should be able
That's why I said
to
the revelation,
and
not
come
revelation,
together
because
without
they don't know what.
any hesitation, without feeling guilty, without being ridiculed, and having to justify it to anyone. So, where I do disagree with that point as far as uniting multiculturalism, that is a facade. Freedom to me is a state of mind, right? It's not an actual tangible thing. See, the thing is, our independence is the first and foremost. And the way we do it is through law, without religious beliefs. We have to unite as a people. We are one nation, one people with various demographics. That's it.
So does that mean everybody?
No,
Because
Right. Who is everyone? Who is everyone when you're saying it?
okay.
Does
Why
that include
I say
No, who does that include?
that includes everyone.
Who's everyone?
Everyone.
No.
Ants, birds flying into buildings dying. They need freedom too.
Okay, wait, but see.
Every nation on the planet.
Nation.
Yeah, whether it looks like
Only
us,
one nation.
No.
Can I say something?
right?
I'm not putting on because like are you?
This is what I don't understand. Everyone seems to put this differentiate on what land we're on and things like that. Were we not all one land in the beginning?
Right.
That broke off?
Right.
So this is not, oh yeah, well, that's just Africa, and
And
then
this
we're
is-
just this and we're just that.
It's all one.
land that is connected to the planet, to that one source that's within us.
But are we? Are we connected to
Hold
that
on.
land?
Yeah, we're connected. We have no choice but to be
Hold
connected.
on. But my whole thing is,
Nobody else does.
that, you know what? Some of our ancestors were not as fortunate as others to be where we were originally born. Things happened with the planet, they may have got locked out, whatever the case may be, and they had to survive. So are we supposed to diss our ancestors and say that they are not part of who we are and what made us who we are by saying, oh yeah, put them aside, like how they put us aside and how we had to fight back to get back into the schools that we built, we all built. How dare we even say that they're not our ancestors? Because they still look over us just like how everybody else is supposed to be.
Okay, watch this though. Our ancestors were the ones that built the civilization.
Exactly.
But watch this, we're the descendants, where is our civilization? How come we?
The civilization is still right here.
Why are we talking about it? Where is our constitution? Where is our flag? No, sweetie, what I'm saying is, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, not sweetie, none of that, no. What I'm saying is, okay, our brothers and sisters from the continent do not connect with us the way it needs to be. We,
But
okay,
why?
I was born here on these grounds, okay? And I've seen so many cultures come and go, okay? And I have not yet to see the Caribbean community link up with the African community and build, buy property that's for sale. You see Eglinton West, okay? Pure Jamaican, everywhere. Weston Road,
But whose fault is that?
Scarborough, it's our fault because of our mindset. We're trying to include everyone.
Exactly.
Let me finish. We're trying to include every culture, but yet we don't have ourselves together yet unified. I'm not finished.
Culture is us.
Okay,
We are the
listen.
starters
Maybe
and the
you
continuers of everything.
No, you're not hearing what's being said. What I'm saying is, right? If I come to you, right, you want to know about the economy, how to be free, right? We need to purchase our own products, okay? not go to Shoppers Drug Mart and go get ivory and Dove and them kind of soap, when we have black soap, when we have shea butter, when we have all these other products, okay? When we're utilizing these facilities, we need to negotiate and say, look, you're charging too much, okay? I'm not going to have an event because you're charging too much. We need to stand up without apology, okay? For our movement. We have to have a movement. We have no movement. We have a bunch of functions. We have a bunch of talking. We have a bunch of people and leaders that want to sit up here and have a quota, okay? And then we invest in these events. Right? And then when we walk away from these conscious events, then what we do, the same thing we do when we sat in church. We hear the message, we go home, and then we go back to the slave, the plantation, okay? And expect to have a savings plan when, guess what? This is what's there? 40 from
But
zero?
what he was saying, just like you said too. The reason why we're in this predicament is because we do not pick up a book and read. They rather be lackadaisical, sit back and not educate themselves.
Am I doing right?
So you cannot sit here and
Just
blame any
everybody's
other
talking
race
questions
or
now.
exclude any other race or exclude any other ancestors or whatever the case may be for our lack of. It is our lack of.
Okay, so here's the thing. Now that we know the issue, what are we gonna do about it? We had no, this is why we get together, right? So by the time we leave here at, what time? Okay, before we leave this setting right here, a decision needs to be made. What are we gonna do, okay, when we leave these grounds tonight? Okay? Working together, cool. So now we have Brother Cujo, he done told us about the law, right? Okay? And so what are we gonna do with that information?
Excuse me, I just like to make a statement. You guys can't start looking for a solution if you don't know what the problem is.
Well, we're divided
You
because
can't
we
walk
want
into a dark
multicultural.
room and look for the door handle if you don't know where the door is, because you'll keep walking into walls. And I could go on and on for everything someone said in this room, no matter what. But none of you know, including I, what you don't know. So no matter how conscious you are, you don't know that much, guys. So you guys need to figure out the problem before you can look for a solution.
So who says about our own currency? Europe is incorporating, enforcing, imposing the euro.
You guys are the
Right?
money.
We are the ones that is the currency.
It's not all about,
Every
it's
time
not
you
all
go
about,
to work,
it's not all about money on fire. It's not all about
it's
money.
energy.
It's not all about money.
It's not money we're talking. We're talking about
Fire,
energy.
fire. Bottom line. They can't come together as simple.
There's no unity. There is no unity amongst
No,
us.
excuse me, I'm sorry, excuse me, just for a moment. One moment.
And you have to go, but
My sister.
let the people know what the item is all about. Teach the people them. That's why I'm saying you can't sit down and say you're doing something. You have to get there and teach the people. A lot of people don't know what you're talking about. A lot of people don't know who you are. But let the people know who you are. That's what I'm saying.
But we also need to move it on.
Okay, we're moving on to,
Okay.
because
We'll just take 2 questions and then we'll need to move it on. I'm sorry, everyone. Question, go ahead.
so nothing's gonna get resolved.
Oh, no problem, man. I'm just doing research.
We have to move on if we don't decide where
Go
we're
ahead.
moving on to. Sorry, but seriously, man.
What you see here now is how black people work together.
You know?
Fire.
That's what you see.
Never suggestion.
No, wait.
Why can't they not have some tone
Let him answer the
Now they
question.
wonder why they can't get along and move forward.
Excuse me, let him answer
And
the
if
question.
anybody doesn't know what birthrights
some
are,
tone or some community and get the
War.
people,
Let's hear
man.
the same thing.
You know?
The ancient name of More is Moabites.
So like what race of people do they represent? Or was it our race specifically? Was it?
It only represents us.
Okay, so now, would it be a problem in saying, why don't we build our house first, so that we can actually start helping other people? people build theirs?
Well, the house is built. If you look at the back of,
The house is built, but the people within the house don't talk to you.
but that's because